We're back with a live look for you outside of the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee.
This is, of course, day 2 of the event, with many people still talking about the former president's choice for a running mate yesterday. Joining us now here in studio is political science professor Stephen Maynard Caliendo from North Central. Thank you so much for being here.
It's great to see you both.
Let's kick it off with that vice presidential choice. What are your thoughts on J.D. Vance and what he may bring to the ticket?
My thoughts are that he brings almost nothing to the ticket, which means that it was a decision by President Trump that he was very confident in his victory. In other words, he wasn't looking to bring in additional voters with this particular pick. This is somebody who the president respects, who the president likes, and I think it's somebody who the president believes will be loyal, unlike his previous vice president when push came to shove on January 6, 2021. And so I don't think this is a move to bring in new voters necessarily. It's a move to solidify the ticket and solidify the base that he has in place.
Real quick, though, what about his age, the fact that he's so much younger and from Ohio?
Yeah, well, I mean, no matter who it was probably going to be somebody younger. And since both of these candidates are so old, vice presidential picks matter a little bit more probably this year than they typically do. But what we know in political science is that generally people do not vote for vice presidential candidates. The age of these two, though, is unique. And so it may come into play in different ways. But what you're going to get with J.D. Vance is simply a younger version of Donald Trump in a lot of ways.
Okay. Immigration, the focus today for the RNC.
Will be.
How important is that for the party?
So much. I mean, this will be the night of fear. That's important, right? To evoke emotions. There will be lots of anecdotes, scary anecdotes about people who crossed the border without authorization and committed terrible crimes. What's going to be interesting tonight, though, is to see the degree to which they can maintain a positive atmosphere. They did that very well last night for the most part. Lots of smiles, but it ended up in some awkward moments where people were smiling while they were saying terrible things. And so there's going to be so much of a focus on violence and crime tonight, but they still want to keep things upbeat, keep people happy, play exciting music in between the speakers. And so balancing that is quite a trick, but there's a lot of professional people that are working on that.
So immigration's important. There's been a little bit more diversity in the Republican Party as well. There was a Black Mayor's event today, for example. How important it is to broaden this tent. This has always been a complaint in the Republican Party that they really are kind of narrow as far as who their constituents are.
That's right, Marion, and I think they're definitely seeing an opportunity, particularly for black men. I think we had 5 black male speakers last night, and so we're going. And really, they serve 2 purposes. One is if you can peel a little bit away in those key states, right? Keep President Biden from getting 95% of the black vote and make it 90 or 85. That can make a difference because we know some of those states are so important. It also helps white folks feel a little more comfortable with the accusation that they may be racially biased because they're voting for somebody who has these accusations. And so when you have black speakers come forward, when you have Latinx speakers come forward, it eases some of that white concern among voters, especially in the suburbs. They're going to have to look for ways, particularly for women in the suburbs who may peel off from even the last election, forget about 2016, because of overturning Roe versus Wade. And so they're going to need, there's some demographic areas that they have to tackle.
All right. Thank you so much,
Stephen
Professor.
Caliendo, really appreciate it.
It's great to see you both.
Great to see you.
Well, I'm sure we'll see you again on election night.
I'll be around.
Several sessions, and
that's true.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.